Around the online space, as we know, means everyone can review anything, and it can be a legal minefield. Joining us to discuss this further is defamation expert from the University of Western Australia, Michael Douglas.
Now, we've got two questions for you, Michael. The first one is, what did you make of that restaurant review? Is it actionable? And do we need to be careful as just lay people when we are putting reviews of whatever we want to online?
Well, the review was obviously pretty harsh, but I know at the outset this was a London business, and the law that applies over there is a bit different from that which applies in Australia. But assume that this did happen in Australia, well, this is exactly the sort of case which may motivate a business owner to commence litigation, and it's the sort of review which has seen some large awards being handed out in Australian courts recently.
So
and as for sorry about that.
So it can be action. Then for everyday people, TripAdvisor or the like, as Mon said, we might be asked to go on there. We might voluntarily go on there and write a review about a hotel, a restaurant, whatever. Can we get in trouble legally?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a lot of people are under some false impressions about how free freedom of speech is in Australia. We like to think that it's free, but really there are all sorts of limitations on what we can say and get away with. And I think defamation law is one of the bigger restrictions. And it applies even when we're talking on the internet.
Right. So Michael, can we then, with defamation, truth is usually the defence. So if we are just writing a review, but it's just exactly what happened, almost without opinion, is that okay?
Well, there is, as you allude to, there's a defence for justification, which means that you get away with it, I guess, if what you're saying is substantially true. But what people don't realise is that these are defences which might allow you to defend a trial, but they won't stop you from being sued. And it's actually the defendant who needs to prove that what he or she has said is true. So you're going to need to pay lawyers to defend yourself, and even if you win, it's going to be an expensive exercise.
So take it easy. Michael, thank you. Good advice. We appreciate your time this morning. Sometimes even television presenters get reviewed by people online.
Does that happen? I had no idea.
Hear what Michael said just then?
Yeah, exactly. He's our defamation expert, Michael Douglas.